Come on, Matt. Come on. You can't go. Come here. Come on, Massey. Look how pretty she looks. I'd take her, but I'm afraid she just won't make it. I'm afraid we'd end up having to maybe even carry her. We made it to the lake. We're going to dump our packs and go find us a spot to camp for the night. Yes?
Yeah.
There's Gannon's home for the night. All this is gonna burn though, right? I told Gannon he was in charge of getting the fire started tonight. He was down there looking for tinder.
It's not much.
You've been down there this whole time and that's all you got?
There's nothing down there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real good. You'll figure it out. You're getting it going your way now. Now he's wising up. He's getting there. Gannon's in charge of fire tonight. I should have got me a flat rock. You got any idea what 2/3 of a cup of water is? 48. How many ounces is in a cup? Huh? Are you kidding? That's probably too much water. I can see now. But you should have told me what 2/3 was. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gannon. Happy birthday to you. You didn't even get to see it, did you?
No.
Is it a cup full of Kit Kats with a candle on it? Is that what it was?
Yep.
All right. Surprise number 2 for the Gannon. Happy birthday. Happy.
What is it?
It's a headlamp.
Oh,
You need a headlamp, don't you?
yeah.
Happy birthday.
Nice.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming out with me on your birthday.
You're welcome.
No, really, thank you. No, seriously. Thanks, man. Really, thanks. No, seriously. You could have just done a little bit more of the work, though, today. Would have been nice. Instead of me having to cut all this wood by myself. Are you warm, sugar? I miss like having a good steak or something. Like I was saying, when you're changing the oil pan plug, don't strip it when you're taking it off or putting it back on there. When you're jacking up the truck, make sure you chalk the wheels. It's like, what's that called? Chivalrous, or being a gentleman, or
Chivalry.
chivalry. You should open a door for her. You should walk on the outside toward the road when you're walking down the sidewalk, because you're protecting her. Yeah?
It's got 3 different lights on it.
Look at that. 3 different. That's nice. That's a dandy headlamp. I wasn't allowed to play video games when I was little. I got in trouble every time if Poppy knew that I played. I ever tell you about the time that he came in and caught me in a little engine playing Pac-Man? Me and Tony Patton. He come in there and he just told me, I don't know, day before, my food's getting cold. The day before, your food gets cold when you're talking all the time. It's a waste of time. Some video games is a waste of time. You're wasting your time. Oh, but he told me don't, no more. And sure enough, I'm in there with Tony Patton playing Pac-Man. How does Pac-Man sound?
I don't know.
In walks my dad. Grabbed me up by the shirt and turned around and walked me out of the little engine. I don't know why I wasn't allowed to play video games. I guess because it makes all you young kids lunatics. See the wisdom? Think like some of them kids on the internet that's like we were talking the other day,
Yeah.
throwing tantrums and stuff. When you fill out your check, when you're writing a check, you have to write who it's to at the top. Then you fill in the number amount. Then you're going to write out the amount. 150 line.
We're over 100.
Over 100, that's what I meant to say. You have to ease the clutch out while you're giving it a little bit of gas. Took everything I had to push the clutch all the way down. Sometimes I'd push it down with both feet. When you propose marriage to a girl, the correct thing that you need to do is go to her parents, her father, and ask permission. You should keep yourself pure before marriage. Boy, I used to go to the school auditorium where they have all them plays where it's dark in there. I used to sneak in there with girls and work right along beside them. Lead by example. They're supposed to be the head of his household. Doesn't mean he rules over his family or his wife. Clip your nose hair and any hair that grow out around your ears. When you're older, it doesn't much matter. Ain't nobody really cares. But when you're younger, you want to clip them things. Don't let your jock itch get out of control. But definitely when you're doing dishes, you want to get your water as hot as you can stand it. You light a pilot light, you want to purge that line. To that one. That's toenail in it. You can set your nail this way, because sometimes when you try and toenail, your nail will just slip down the wood. You should be able to fix the toilet. Learning how to pour concrete, how to frame something up, hang a window. Rocky showed me how to do brakes. What my point is that you should learn how to do that kind of stuff. You don't have to become a full-blown mechanic. It's going to save you money, sense of accomplishment. Darn your sock. Turn the sock inside out and just stitch up the hole. Sharpen a chainsaw. There's a lot more to this life than just walking through it and playing video games. How to back a trailer up sufficiently enough to get it where you want. Doesn't got to be perfect. Bypass the starter. Preferably a wide mouth Gatorade bottle. All you got to do is unzip get up on your knees, and then you just whiz all up in that Gatorade bottle. I got some tricks. Too, you want to pump them arms. You want to keep them elbows in. I didn't really know how to run when I ran. I just had natural speed. I mean, I don't want to brag or nothing. That's not my intention here. And that's a nice fire setup. Look at that. That's picture perfect right there. What do you think?
Said yeah.
At least you got an opinion. I appreciate a feller with an opinion. It doesn't have to be the right opinion, the right answer, as long as you got an opinion. And you don't never want to stick your fingers in your nose. Fingernails and your toenails clipped. That grosses girls out. Long woman looking nails. And I looked up at him and said, what do you got on your fingernails? And when I looked up at him, he had mascara on his eyes. He had a beard. I probably shouldn't be telling you these stories, but you're 16. You're like a man. I'm like, you ain't gonna believe this, but those dudes over there just bought you a drink. And they was like, you dig a hole. You don't want to poop on the ground. Maybe I should say your feces. You don't want to leave your dropping. There's different ways you can poop and hang my butt over it. Come up to the side of this tree that's laying down and just put a butt cheek on it. I mean, that's stuff you need to know. Say you just go right over there like your mom did one time, or when we went on our honeymoon in Canada. She went out of the tent, walked right back behind the tent and pooped right behind the tent on the ground. And not only on my honeymoon could I hear my wife pooping behind the tent, but then I began to smell my wife's pooping. And we wasn't there yet. We was just married. I hadn't farted in front of her. I definitely hadn't sit on a toilet and pooped in front of her. None of that. We weren't there yet. If I had to poop, I'd have probably went right back there and pooped behind the tent myself. Nobody told me, and here I thought I was Mr. Woodsman. Do you like hanging around somebody that talks all the time, or would you rather them shut the heck up?
I don't know. I guess it depends what kind of mood I'm in.
Well, let me tell you what I think about it. Because I was always like you, pretty quiet, didn't say much, runs their mouth and never shuts up. But somebody that is easy to talk to. It always kept me from having to talk. If they were willing to run their mouth the whole time, I didn't have to say much anyway. That's kind of how me and you are. I talk enough to where you ain't really got to say nothing. First time I ever kissed a girl, I think, was in 5th grade. And I mean, I was like, would you care if we suck face? And I was like, I couldn't believe that she just asked her dad if we could suck face in the back of in the car. But her dad goes, no, I'd rather you didn't right now, honey, or something like that. And I was like, oh, there ain't no way I was gonna be back there sucking face with her parents. That's hot. That's hot on my toes. That feels real good. I got a funny looking toe right there. Ooh, that's burning my toes. Let me just get this shot right here. Wiggle your toes.